Good evening. Last year in November, when my daughter Audrey invited me to apply the TED Talk, I was just traveling from Austria back to China. Every time when I traveled and met more people, it always helped me to reflect on myself. That is how I came up with this topic. This year in March, when Audrey told me, "Mom, it's a great news. Your application has been finally approved by the school." Honestly, I kind of forgot the topic. She reminded me. During that time, I was traveling in France and Switzerland. So I think I meant to focus on this topic to share with you my insights and perspectives. Hopefully, it will inspire you a little bit this evening. When I was at your age, I was thinking what to study in the university. A very silly idea hit on me. I wanted to watch Hollywood movies without reading the Mandarin subtitles. So, I chose English major in the university. But at the end of the day, I realized that English is just a practical tool instead of a major. That was the year 1997. I decided to do my postgraduate program in a native English-speaking country. I was thinking United States, but it was too expensive. Canada, too cold. United Kingdom, too expensive and too cold. I ended up in Australia. When I landed in Sydney Airport and went through the immigration, an officer greeted me. "How's it going, Mike?" With his strong Aussie accent, I did not realize he was talking to me in English. But my body language was sufficient enough to help me get through the immigration. I met my homestay mother. I could understand 60% of her English. On the very first night in Sydney, I was crying in my little chamber. Why? Because after 4 years study in the university, I even could not master English. Therefore, if you really want to master a language, live there. I did not give up. On the next morning, I asked my homestay mother, "How can I understand Australian English and improve my English?" She said, "Well, Joy, you can watch the TV show." And I asked her, "Which show?" She said, "The Survivor." The Survivor was a reality show, and it was much, much more interesting than the Hollywood movies because it was so real. Nowadays, you guys are very used to the reality show. But back in 1999, I was astonished, but I loved it. The problem has not yet solved. After a while, it's not about the vocabulary or about accent. It's about the context. People talk to you, you can understand every word of it, but you still had no clue. For example, God, Father, Son, Trinity, Spirit, Jesus. And I realized it was from the Bible. So I signed up a Bible school and met my teacher, Becky. Becky did not only teach me the knowledge from the Bible, she literally opened a new world of understanding for me. The religion can make people think and act in a very different way. Looking around what is going on in the world, what is happening in Gaza, in Israel, in Russia, what is happening between China and the United States, if you can understand the cultural and the religious background of different scenarios, you can find the answers much more easily. In 2002, before I departed Australia, come back home, Becky asked me whether I want to be baptized. And I told her I was not ready. But I truly appreciate the massive knowledge she taught me in 2 years' time, much more than I learned from the MBA program. After I came back, I started to work the largest international hotel group, Marriott. I was very lucky because hospitality is a global career and it's all about people. I travel a lot and stay in many hotels in China as well as around the globe. I love talking with the staff working in the hotel, front desk, concierge, restaurant, housekeeping, and even the security guards. I was so fascinated and amazed by the stories they shared with me, and also about the gossip and anecdotes they shared with me of the hotel guests. In 2020, after I worked for Marriott for 18 years, I established my own company. And in the same time, I also started writing fictions because I was so inspired by so many stories, gossip, anecdotes I heard before, and a lot of them become the characters. I have finished and published 18 fictions on my own WeChat account. I'm a very active fiction writer in hospitality field right now. Writing makes me feel agile and keeps me good memory. Otherwise, I don't think I have the guts standing here doing TED Talk at my age. So, remember, every people you met in your life really counts. The last part I want to share with you is what happened to me in Tirana. I visited Tirana, the capital city of Albania, in last December. I was there to attend a conference. On the last day in Tirana, I decided to do some sightseeing. When I was in the Strandback Square, a teenage boy approached me. He was holding a drone. And he asked me, "Man, would you like to have a panoramic view video of the square with you inside?" And I asked him, "How old are you?" He said, 12 years old. He has his own small business. And I asked him, "What is this business about?" He said, "It's about technology, like driving the drones." And I asked him, "How come your English is so excellent?" He said, "Thank you. He learned from YouTube." And I asked him, "How much is the video?" He said, €2. I said, "Okay, no problem. Let us do it." And then I asked him another question. What if you meet bad people? You are only 12 years old. How come you protect yourself? And this time he asked me, "Are you a bad person?" I was so overwhelmed when the boy showed his passion, his smartness, his confidence, and his entrepreneurship. After I got a video, I said to the boy, "I firmly believe you will successfully run your business when you grown up." In China, I would imagine this is hard to happen. A 12-year-old boy during the weekend, if not doing homework, then must be on the way to the next tutorial. So I encourage you sometimes to get out of your classroom, to travel around, to meet and talk with people. The more experience you have, the more you will know how to improve yourself. The world is like a book. When you open it, when you enter it, you will meet yourself there. I wish you really enjoy the journey at this school or in another school. And I also wish you very good luck and all the best in your future academic endeavor. Thank you very much.